All right, guys, you know my next guest is the man behind City Kickboxing and such fighters as Israel Adesanya, Dan Hooker, Carlos Ulberg, and many more. But not only that, he is kicking off a nationwide charity campaign for the Walk Without Fear Trust, promoting awareness of the devastating consequences of one-punch attacks and social violence on victims and families. He joins me here today on as the campaign rages on. Eugene Bareman, welcome to Submission Radio, man.
Hey, Dennis, yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a while.
I know. Well, I have had a lot of fun with this new campaign that you guys are doing. Of course, it's very, very serious. But you kind of put your hand up, man. You wanted it to go viral. So I want to share a little bit of this for people at home. This is, of course, on the Walk Without Fear Trust Instagram page. Have a look at Eugene Bareman, baby. Look at there's a good bit over here. Look at this. So smooth. Look at that. How the hell did they talk you into doing that? Please tell me. How did this come together? I have to know.
Yeah, look, the younger fellas taught me into it. They said it'd be a good opening for our charity. Have a bit of fun. Yeah, way out of my comfort zone, Dennis, but I just sucked it up and got on with it. So yeah, that's a one time only.
Who was obviously Izzy? He's kind of like the Eugene Bareman in the situation, right? Like you have to actually take instruction from him. What was that like to flip that dynamic around a little bit?
Yeah, no, he choreographed the whole thing. Obviously, he's a dancing guy, and he coached me through it, and. He's an interesting coach. I haven't been coached for a long time, for many years. So it was interesting to be on the other end of it. But he's a bit of a hard taskmaster. He wants the timing and all the moves pretty correct. So it did take me a long time to get things up to his satisfactory requirements.
How do you rate the other boys and their moves?
I mean, honestly, Dennis, the irony is I spent 3 months getting that perfectly in time, and then they decided they'd use the one where I'm off time because that was more comedic and it looked funny. So I looked at that and said, well, what was the point of me practicing for 3 months when you used the top one when I was off? So in the end, I feel like I was a little bit hard done by, mate.
Well, let me tell you, though, man, this is a serious campaign. It's open. Obviously, it's nationwide. People in New Zealand, they can win a BMW. You can break that down for us in just a second. But internationally, you can still donate to the cause. You can still get amongst it. Break it down for us. This is a pretty cool thing that you guys are doing.
Yeah, it's really cool. A lot of people know that we lost a very important member of our team a number of years ago. And ever since then, we've been dealing with that tragedy, but we've also just been inundated with people reaching out with their stories. And basically what we discovered is that crime, that coward punching crime, is going on every weekend in this country, all up and down the country, every weekend and every week. And it's just a horrific, alarming amount of incidences there are. So we just, I got the boys together and said, well, what do we want to do? And we unanimously voted that we wanted to do something about it. And we want to change the minds and hearts of the people, and we want them to kind of look at this as we want them to admonish us and be like, man, this is a very, very unworthy, low sort of an act to be a part of. And we just want to raise money so that we can get our message right up and down the country, because at the moment we've got a wonderful message and a lot of young people in New Zealand are listening to us. But we want to scale that. We want to get that out to a greater audience. So that's what the fundraising about, is just a way for us to scale our project and get it to more young people and get it up and down New Zealand.
Obviously, it helps the culture, changes young people's minds on it. But in terms of advocating for change with government, just give us a quick idea. What is ideally what the proposal is, and have you gotten any headway with any of the people in government in New Zealand to potentially propose this in the near future?
Yeah, well, we actually have we have a bill that's being read to Parliament right now, which completely changes everything and brings things closer in line to what you guys have in Australia. And so that will single out the coward punch as an actual crime, because at the moment it gets dealt with, under grievous bodily harm and other general violent crimes like that. So it'll specifically target it as its own crime, the coward punch. And along with that will come its own minimum sentences and its own kind of precedents that will be set around the punishment in terms of that law. So we're actually on the precipice of making some fantastic law change. We just have to keep pushing it. It's being read in Parliament. I would say that we're looking pretty good for that to become law, but it still needs a push. And the other important thing, law can't do it alone. What really will change is when people's hearts and minds get touched and they're aware of this crime and they're aware of the impact that it has on young people and families.
I know you've got a lot of accomplishments, obviously, with CKB, former champions in the MMA world, kickboxing world. But for you personally, being able to do this with your team and your fighters and potentially have this bill put into action and also change the minds of young people on this really important issue, what does this mean to you personally, being able to be a part of this?
For me personally, it's fantastic. I'm definitely someone who thinks a lot about how self-centered our sport is and how self-centered we are as a team and athletes. And you have to be that way, right? You have to be that way when you're at the top of the world. You have to be very selfish, and you have to funnel all your energy into one sole purpose. But this makes me feel really good. This makes me feel that we're doing more than just looking after ourselves and our immediate circle. This makes me feel like we are using a little bit of a platform that we've created, especially in this country, for greater good. And normally we don't normally get a chance to do that. Normally it's very self-centered and we're trying to, look after ourselves and look after our immediate team. But this feels like really good for our soul and for us as a team. We are trying to affect change with our platform that is greater than just our immediate team. And for me, man, I'm right behind this. It feels good.